You're listening to Melissa Gorga on Display with me, Melissa Gorga, on Podcast One.
As a parent, no 2 days are ever the same. At Care.com, you can find trusted and flexible sitters to help manage your family's ever-changing schedule. Care.com can even help you out with housekeepers, dog walkers, senior caregivers, and more, so you can find care for all you love. And 100% of caregivers who use Care.com have been background checked with CareCheck, a key first step in hiring confidently. To get the help you need to make it all work, sign up now and find a great sitter at Care.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, your home for everything home. With Angie, you could cross your next project off your to-do list before this ad is even over. Just tell them what you need and they'll handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. Or browse reviews, compare quotes from pros, and connect instantly, all for free. For everything from routine maintenance to a dream remodel. Because however you want your project done, they'll get it done. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
F-bombs on the G with the OGs. F-bombs, no slack. F-bombs on the G. Do you know me?
I love it. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of On Display. Super excited to talk to you guys today. I had like a very crazy week. As you guys know, we filmed the reunion and you know how that goes. I can't even tell you guys. We started hair and makeup 6 o'clock in the morning, like 6 a.m. So my alarm went off at like 5:30. It like starts with the COVID test and then hair and makeup has to get the COVID test. And they finally let the glam team into your room. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. When I kid you not, we got off the couch with Andy at 10:35 p.m. Grueling is like an understatement. Those days, like, trust me, we work for our money. I don't know how else to explain it other than like, we work for our money those days. It's like, it's insane. Like literally, could you imagine going through every single scene that everyone watched and having a discussion about every single scene, every single argument, all the personal stories. Then they brought the husbands out and other surprise guests came out that I'm not going to say. So it was crazy. I wish I could tell you guys more, but you know how Bravo is. You know, they don't like to tell too much. I will say that I think everyone looked absolutely gorgeous. Like we looked beautiful. The set, wait till you see the set. I think the set was like probably one of our best sets we've ever had when it comes to like detail. I'll give you guys a little hint. This set kind of goes off of somewhere that we went. Okay, so I'll give you that hint without getting in trouble. But it was a pretty amazing set. My dress this year was from Bronx and Bonko. Oh my God, guys, wait till you see it. It's like so good. I'll use the word metallic. It was so good. And it was just crazy. I'm going to be honest. There was fighting, there was yelling, there were laughs, there was crying. It was brutal. I'm not even going to lie. It's actually one of my worst days. I will always say that. Like when I know it's time to do the reunion, it's just, I don't really look forward to them. I think it's not where I shine. I don't shine on like a long stretch. Like I can't, it's just too long to focus. I feel like my resting bitch face sets in. I just start staring at the ceiling. Like it's just, it's too long of a day for me. But I will say, I feel like this reunion is definitely going to be 3 parts. So buckle up everyone for that because it's going to be a crazy reunion. Moving on, I'm going to talk to you about another housewife friend of mine today that I am so excited to have on the podcast. I know you guys are going to be super excited to hear from her as well. She's not only a reality TV star, she's my ultimate girls trip castmate. She's an entrepreneur and she has a new cabaret tour starting April 16th. It's the one and only Countess Luann de Lesseps. Hi.
Hey, Melissa,
how was that?
I miss you. That was perfect. You said my name perfectly. You know, with de Lesseps, people try to break it up and they're like, you know, just kind of to let it roll off. De Lesseps. You did it perfectly.
De Lesseps.
Anyway.
De Lesseps.
Of course you did, because you know me. So it's like, we're like family now since the Ultimate Girls Trip, right?
Well, that's how it goes. I feel like when you go on vacation with someone, that's when like the real bond is made, right? Even like couples, if you went on vacations with couples or girlfriends, it's like the second you spend that night and day waking up together, having coffee together, going to sleep together, you just become, it's like you're closer instantly, right? Isn't that just how it goes?
Like, well, definitely you and Kyle, because you guys, were sharing the same room. So.
I know. I always say if they do like a part 2 of this with the same group, like, I think that you should all say, give Melissa the best room. And even Ramona needs to like take a seat, because I literally stayed in the closet. I think I slept in the closet.
And you were such a good sport. That's what I love about you. Cause I'm usually like you. I always get the worst room because I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm like, there's not a bad room in the house, but in this house, I must say, that wasn't the best room, and neither have been a lot of rooms on our trips. Like Cartagena, I didn't have the best room, and but I don't care about those things. I care more about, you're not really in your room that much because we're filming all the times.
Yeah, and we live in beautiful homes, we have beautiful things, but my biggest thing with that room was like, there was no like balcony, or like when I was like so jealous when I looked at all your rooms, I'm like, wait a second, you can sit outside on a balcony. But listen to this. The best part is I went back there a couple weeks ago with my friends and we rented the house, and I think I stayed in your room, the room that you stayed in.
Oh, you're kidding. So, oh my
God. Yes.
Amazing. That's so fun. I wish I knew. I would have joined you.
I know. Well, I saw Michael, cute little Michael. I saw him there too. He came and DJ'd for us one night. It was so fun.
Cool. What fun. Yeah. So anyway, listen, at Ramona's house, I get the basement, which she calls the lower level.
Yeah, but you're very similar to me in that aspect, where I think you're just pretty cool. You're pretty chill. You go with the flow.
I'm cool. I'm not like all uncool.
Exactly. The best line on Bravo, if you ask me. That is like my ultimate favorite line, that of all like the lines, that's the one for me. That was the best thing ever.
Oh, really? That's so funny.
Oh, come on. That's so awesome. You can use that in like so many different scenarios and situations. Like I don't know. I love that.
I got a picture from a girlfriend of mine who went to a baby shower, and she got the mother to be got a little stuffed animal, and the stuffed animal was wearing a T-shirt that said, "Be cool, don't be like all uncool." I mean, there's all kinds of swag all over the place with that saying on it.
I mean, I love it. I know Andy Cohen loved that too. Like that was like a thing. Oh, if we could go back to that Real Housewives of New York era, what was like, oh my God, you guys had a couple years where it was explosive. It was really crazy and intense and just so good. I mean, and just speaking about the Real Housewives of New York, how are you feeling about this whole news they put out and the switch up? Are you insulted by it? Are you excited for the new show that they might put together? Like, what are your real feelings on this? Being a housewife, listen, I get it. And I know that it could sometimes be a little hit if they don't pick you for certain things or use you for certain things. So how do you feel?
Right. Well, my first reaction was, I wasn't expecting that. You know what I mean? It was like, came out of left field for me. But I understand why they're doing it. I think that, it's very hard to put, women into a group of friends where they really don't belong. Do you know what I mean? You guys are all related. You have your families, in New York, it's more about friendships and not about family. Right. Cause we're, New Yorkers and, we're business women and we're, we do fashion, we do, anyway, so I think that it's harder to find people that that are willing to do the show that fit with our group. So I think that that's a hard position to fill for the network, and I think it's a great idea for them to bring back OGs. I think people really want to see the OGs. I have a list that a laundry list of some of them I'd like to see come back, and and I think it's cool to do another spinoff, which is the younger, more diverse side of New York. I mean, listen, I've been doing this. This is going to be season 14 for me. I've been doing for a long time. So, I'm really, I'm there, if they're going to cast me on that show, I'll, it'll be fun to do with all the OGs. I don't want to be with a group of women that I can't relate to. So, and the other thing is, I've got my cabaret career, which is awesome. And I'm going on tour. And so I get to focus on that right now. And, other projects that I'm doing, like my non-alcoholic sparkling, which I love, that you, I think, tasted when we were in Turks and Caicos, which is, which I got distribution on. So I'm working with Bev Mac. So I'm really excited about that. And so I've got a lot of great projects going on. And, and Housewives will always be a part of me. And, and if it works, I think it's going to work really well to have an OG. Why do you think they came up with the idea, by the way, Melissa? It's based really on the success of our trip.
Of the Housewives trip, of that ultimate girls trip, you're saying.
They want to see the OGs together. You know what I mean?
Right. It was special. It was
very special. And, I even wrote a song about it. Did you hear the song? F-bombs on the G with the OGs?
Yes, I die. Wait, first of all, just so you know, we're going to get into all of the Luann stuff. I want to talk about your cabaret. I want to talk about all your music. Like, we're going to hit all of these things because I just think you're so great at like reinventing yourself and like figuring things out and using your platform for better things, which is the entrepreneur in you, to be honest, that I think people might not know about you because they do know this about you, but you really do have a great business brain. Like, and I feel like even since I've met you years ago, it was always like a little bit of a business talk whenever I saw you. I know one time we had like a little power women business lunch at Michael's that one time with Bonnie Fuller. Yeah. Right? We did that one time. So yeah, we're going to get into all of that. But I do agree with you when it comes to like the ultimate girls trip, I think put a really good taste in their mouth about what it's like to see kind of the OGs together and the power that has. And I think especially when it comes to New York, because you ladies are I do think it's probably one of the hardest besides Jersey because you're trying to cast family.
Right.
To cast, because now say they do what the rumor is saying, which is they want to go super young, right? They want to go 30-year-olds and bring in like, young kids and this and that, which I don't know is true, but this is a rumor, right?
Right.
How are they going to mesh that life with what you guys have going on? It's not going to make sense. Like you're going to have nothing in common with these 32-year-olds with young kids. You guys are going to be like, listen, been there, done that. Yeah. Kids are older. I don't want to see a diaper for the rest of my life. And you're going to have not too much in common. Right. So there is some sense to what they're saying is like, let's take our OGs, let's do something special with them. And if we're going to have to recast, because with you guys, you can't mix Ramona in with like this new, like say she's like a 35-year-old little publicist, with little kids and a public, Ramona's just going to like go crazy. I can't even, she doesn't mesh well, right?
With like go crazy eyes on them. But the great example I think for them was this Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. And it felt like the old days of Housewives. Do you know what I mean? There was just enough drama. It was really more about women relating to each other, having fun, good old fun. It felt like the Housewives of the old days. And that's why I think that this idea came about was really that, people really loved that show and, it was very successful for them. So I think that they're using that as a model. And now they're even doing, a spinoff with, Dorinda and Jill Zarin and that whole crowd, in the Berkshires. So, I think that, they're going to keep doing more of these trips. And I think it's going to be more commonplace that you're going to see a mix of the franchise. And, you have to evolve. Listen, life is about evolution and growth. And, you just can't keep doing the same old. I mean, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I think that has a life, expectancy, and, look.
I agree.
God bless Jersey and the family and all that. But, who knows what happens at the end of the day? You just never know from year to year, what's going to happen. And so I think it's a smart move on Bravo's part.
People don't always realize that physical symptoms like headaches, teeth grinding, and even digestive issues can be indicators of stress. And let's not forget about sleeping too little, sleeping too much, undereating, and overeating. Stress shows up in all kinds of ways. In a world that's telling you to do more, sleep less, and grind all the time, here's a reminder to take care of yourself, do less, and maybe try some therapy. Trust me, I know that you can't properly take care of others if you aren't taking care of yourself too. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Give it a try and see if online therapy can help lower your stress. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Melissa Gorga On Display listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Gorga. That's BETTERHELP.com/Gorga. Remember, treating yourself does matter. Paying down debt can be stressful, especially when you need to keep track of multiple monthly payment dates. If you're tired of juggling due dates, consolidating with a personal loan could be your answer. That way you'll have just one due date a month, and Credit Karma can help you find the best option for you. Credit Karma uses your credit data to find loan offers that are personalized to you, so you can have a better idea of what loan amount you can get approved for. Credit Karma will even show you your chances of approval, so you can choose between loan offers that you're more likely to get approved for and apply with more confidence. Comparing loan offers on Credit Karma is 100% free. It won't affect your credit scores, and it could save you money. Ready to apply? Head to creditkarma.com/loan offers to see personalized offers. Go to creditkarma.com/loan offers to find the loan for you. That's creditkarma.com/loan offers. Credit Karma. Apply with more confidence today. Well, good. I'm glad that that's the way. I know that I heard something that you were on Watch What Happens Live the night before, and Andy hadn't said anything to you. You had no idea that was going to, did anyone give you any type of like clues or like?
Well, no, I just said to Andy, and between you and I said to Andy, I said, what is going on? And he said, let's talk tomorrow. Right.
Oh,
so
okay.
We literally had a call set for the next day, and then the news broke, and he goes, well, that was quick. So, we talked. I talked about who I'd like to see back, because I've been around for a long time. So I like to be able to weigh in, and so I'm excited about bringing back the old gals. I mean, for me, it feels like that trip to Marrakesh, when I was with Kelly Ben Simone and Jill and Ramona, so I think it has to be like that kind of crew, and and so let's see who they pick, because at the end of the day, it's speculation for the moment.
I agree. How is your relationship right now with Ramona? Have you spoken to her, and how is she taking this news? She's actually, I think the last time I spoke to her, she was in Palm Beach going to Aspen, and I think she's back in New York. I think she's back in New York now, but she's been globetrotting and just traveling and taking, advantage of the hiatus that we've had, and just, doing her thing, and so I'm, she is surprised and shocked, I think. We were quite all surprised. So, we're in like the holding pattern right now. I know. And I laugh because Ramona is literally in a different part of the world. If it's not Palm Beach, it's Aspen, it's Palm Beach. She's here. I'm like, oh my God, this woman, she just lives her life on a plane. I mean, good for her. Yeah. She's like all over the place, everywhere. She just makes me laugh. I mean, watching the dynamic between you and Ramona live.
Yeah.
Wow. Like I was like, that was very telling for me of like, that you're, and we're never going to use the word pushover, because I don't like when people use that about me either, but how much you can truly like handle from her, and like us seeing it live, that it was like, I never really realized what your relationship was like with her. You give her a lot of passes. She says things, she apologizes, you forgive her.
Yeah. At the same time, I don't take her that seriously. You know what I mean? I'm so used to
exactly
the Ramona antics that I don't even go there.
Do you guys still talk a lot now? Like since the girls trip, do you guys hang or talk, or not so much?
No, I saw her when I was in Florida. We had lunch actually with a couple of girlfriends while I was there. And I haven't, I spoke to her after, of course, news broke. And then, so we call each other once in a while. So we keep in touch, but she's traveling all the time. So I'm in New York rehearsing for my cabaret right now. So
I know. Let's talk about the cabaret for a second. First of all, wait, tell me about the song that you made regarding the ultimate girls trip. Sing a little, give me something, because I know you love to sing.
It's called F-bombs on the G with the OGs. F-bombs, no slack. F-bombs on the G. Do you know me?
I love it. It's so good.
It's so good. I can't believe you haven't heard it. It's on iTunes.
I think I've heard it like on, you might have I forget. I've heard it somewhere like on the internet. I was like, wait, is this about us? This is so good.
Remind people, throwback from the trip.
Yes. I love how you take stuff that's going on in real time or like on the show and you literally just write a song about it. And I think it's fun. You make it fun. I mean, what is the music for you? Is it something that you take super seriously or is it like just fun for you? What do you feel with it all?
For me, it's like, it's like writing it. How do you call? It's like writing, poetry for me. It's like, the music comes to me through the inspiration of the women and, what we're up to and, like Feelin' Giovanni and Chic C'est La Vie and, the Girl Code, and what else did I do? Oh my God, I got so many.
You have a lot of songs. How many songs do you have?
I have like 6 now.
Wow.
I have the Christmas song. What do I want for Christmas? Just you. I love that song. And what else? Oh, Viva La Diva, because there's a diva deep in all of us, it's about that inner diva. So all the music, I'm really, I'm inspired to write it. I love lyrics. I love working with producers in the studio and, making something to call my own. And, I just have a good time with it. I don't take it seriously. I'm not out there trying to win a Grammy, Charlie.
I know this. I know, but you make it fun. And look, not for nothing, but you have turned it into a moneymaker with your cabaret show because, I mean, you don't sing those songs at your cabaret show, or do you?
For example, like I'm singing various songs that resonate with me. This show that I'm doing now is an all new show. I did a Christmas show most recently at 54 Below. And then I did, a couple of tour dates because, that's when the Omicron thing came back. And so I got away with 14 shows for the holidays, which was brilliant because a lot of people did not. And so, so this is an all new show. It is music that I love. I, of course, sing some of my classics. I change it up and I, put it with other tunes that, be like, oh my God, that she's mixing Chic C'est La Vie with that song. So, I kind of mix it up. And of course, I do a Q&A with the audience, which everybody loves. And, I have video packages and all new music and all new anecdotes, in terms of stories. We'll talk about a little bit about the ultimate girls trip. And it's just a fun show. And you have to come to the show in New York, Melissa, because I'm doing like 6 dates and 54 Below. So you'll have to come.
Okay. When is that? What date is that one in New York?
So I'm doing, I start in the Ridgefield Playhouse on April 16th, and then the 17th to the 30th dates. I'm at 54 Below in New York. Then I'm actually doing Toronto and Montreal the beginning of June 3rd and 4th. I'll be in Toronto and Montreal. And then I'll be in LA the end of June 23rd to the 26th at the El Rey Theater, the epic El Rey Theater. So, all the theaters I'm at are amazing and epic. And I have a director who's the director in Chenoweth and Barbara Streisand. So I'm working with the best in the business, and I know I'm super excited.
Big time, Luann. This is like big time. I love it. It's almost like a variety show also with everything you do with it. It's like they're getting
but I've changed the show now. It's all me because I had some guests before, and with traveling and all that stuff becomes very costly. So I've decided, when I have a guest, a lot of people are on their phones or they're like talking. When I leave the stage, people start not paying attention. So I decided, what? I'm going to stay on the stage the whole time. And, of course I go off for costume changes because it's like part fashion show, part cabaret, part storytelling, part you're in my living room. You're basically in my living room. Sit down, enjoy yourselves, have a drink, and go for the ride, So it's a lot of fun. And I'm doing a lot more pop songs and pop culture stuff. So it's really cool. And I'm having a great time. Heading to rehearsal right after this.
I love that. Like people are coming to see you. You are packing the house in so many different cities. So I'm super proud. And listen, let me just tell you this. Part of this Ultimate Girls Trip thing, me and Kyle walked around the whole time. We couldn't stop. We were like, money can't buy you class. We didn't stop singing it it's so catchy. We literally didn't stop. And then when you came out and kind of performed for all of us with the fireworks, it's just so fun. It really is. It's so fun. And I can't stop. Once I start singing that, I can't stop.
Yeah, that was fun. I know. I would pass by your room and, you didn't know I was like walking by to go to the kitchen and I could hear you guys going, money girl, money girl. I mean, I was so much. I mean, I'm lucky you went back to that house because what a great trip and what a beautiful, beautiful place. Oh my God, the ocean, so
beautiful. And it was the same staff, the same kitchen staff. Michael was there. Michael's mother was there cooking in the kitchen. It was great. It was kind of like nostalgic. I was like, oh my God, I'm back and I get to do what I want without cameras watching me. Like, and Joe got to experience it in the spot. So it was actually really cool to go back there. I loved it.
Great idea to go back and, and use that house. Why not? Good.
No, it was awesome. I mean, speaking of pop culture, let me ask you this. Tell me what you're thinking of the Will Smith and Chris Rock situation. Crazy.
Listen, I mean, I thought, people make mistakes. I mean, he obviously lost his cool and, jumped up and, was defending his wife. I understand that, but he could have jumped up and yelled, don't talk about my wife, that kind of thing without getting aggressive or, getting up on stage, which by no means is ever appropriate, right? To get up on stage and like attack somebody. So I think, I'm sure he's remorseful today because I think, he won an Oscar, he was on a high and then he went out and had a party, and didn't really probably give it much thought until, the next day when the ramifications started to come down on him and he apologized. What more can you do? I mean, God knows he should have apologized in the moment, but he did not. So at least he's apologizing and owning it. And, I think it's got to be tough for him. And because, he probably watched it back and went, I can't believe I did that. You know what I mean? Because, people kill each other on this kind of, mental, rage, which is, they just lose it. They just lose it and just, they can't even believe it, even watching themselves back like, oh my God, did I do that? Sounds familiar.
You have times when we watch ourselves back and are like, oh my God, kill me now. Like put me under the bed. Jeez.
How many times have we done that, right? Where you go, oh God, did I say that or did I do that? You go, sure.
Plenty.
We're not perfect.
Plenty.
We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And, he made a mistake, and I think it's going to cost him. And I'm sure he regrets it.
Let's talk health for a minute because there's nothing more important than taking care of yourself. If you're not feeling your best, you can't be your best. Sambucol helps you feel your best by supporting your immune system with premium black elderberry. Sambucol is the original black elderberry brand, so you know you're getting immune support you can trust. They have these gummies that you can take every morning to make sure you can keep doing what you need to do. These gummies taste so good, guys. They're so easy to incorporate into your daily wellness routine. And because they taste so good, a lot of people take them as a morning treat with their coffee so they can just get their day started off right. Sambucol has a ton of other formats to choose from, including syrups, drink powders, tablets, capsules, and more. They even have products for kids and babies too. You can help support your entire family's immune system with Sambucol. Use code Melissa and get 15% off your order of $9.99 or more at sambucolusa.com. That's SAMBUCOLUSA.com. Code Melissa to get 15% off your order of $9.99 or more. Have you ever wondered if you're on the right path in life? Will you be happy in love? Worried about your career or relationships? Psychic Source has been giving people just like you answers and guidance from authentic and trusted psychics for over 30 years. Connect with Psychic Source online at their website, psychicsource.com, by phone or by the Psychic Source mobile app. Are you ready to get the answers you're wondering about right now with your relationships, with career, with finances, or just anything that's weighing on your mind? Visit psychicsource.com or call 1-800-736-4290. First-time customers get a special offer, $10 for 10 minutes. Mention promo code Melissa to redeem this offer. If you're not ready for a reading, download the Psychic Source app and get free insights from an online tarot reading, a love compatibility calculator, or just listen to their guided meditation podcasts. No, I'm sure. Listen, for me, it was hard to watch because I am a huge Will Smith fan, which I think most of the world just is. He's just that known, nice guy who is very positive. He's all about the right things in life. He's always, I mean, you know, this is another guy. I always say child stars, but I mean, he came on the scene as a teenager, as a very young kid as well. He's been in this scene for a long time, and it's a lot of pressure. And he, you know, and I don't think, I mean, God, it was not right what he did at all. I agree that I feel like he should have just stood up if he needed to get something off his chest and said something. It's almost like a heckler out there, like to a comedian, and then sat back down. Right. I mean, I think the world was in shock. I mean, he could have stuck up his middle finger and just sat where he was, and he could have like shunned him off the Italian way. You know, you push your chin a little bit.
Or you do one there was.
Yeah, you do one of those things, you know, and the bafangul, like, you know what I mean? And it was very.
Madam Dacia, you know, I speak Italian fluently, by the way.
You speak everything fluently. Like, you're so European. You're the most European friend I have. I'll tell you that.
I love it.
But yeah, there was definitely, it was sad for me to see that. And I saw his like meltdown after, and I was of course disappointed because I hold him at such a high standard. And I will say that Chris Rock did, you know, he did it. He handled it beautifully. He really did.
Well, and
he
I
really
also feel bad for, you know, the Williams family because, you know, here's the guy that wins the Oscar representing, you know, this family, which is, you know, strike another person, especially on the Oscar stage. I mean, you know, that was not a good look, and it just overshadowed that beautiful win for him for such, you know, for such an incredible story, you know.
Well, I can only assume that he's like he deeply regrets it right now because it stole from that moment. Do you know what I mean? It stole from his big moment.
Down the Williams family too, so that's got to weigh heavy on him too.
No, in shock like that. It took me a minute to realize that it was not fake, this was really happening.
I was like, oh my God. And then I was with a girlfriend and we actually ordered Indian food and we watched the Oscars, and I was at my house and I'm like, all right, go online. I'm sure it's online already. You know what I mean? Because I was like, if it's fake. So, and sure enough, boom, it was like right up there, you know, and I was like, I think I was as stunned as Nicole Kidman was.
Stunned, exactly. I saw her face.
Was the best. She was like, like this. I mean, she couldn't believe it. Yeah,
they got her like real ultimate, like her face showed it all of how everyone at home was probably staring at their TV. My other thing with that, just to wrap that little part up, is it does make me a little nervous for comedians in the world as well, because we don't want to show anyone on stage, even yourself, anyone. Like, you know, when you walk into a room and there's comedy and, you know, there's always, you almost walk in knowing, well, there's a chance I might get made fun of tonight. Like, you go in there knowing that, especially somewhere at like the Grammys or the Oscars. And I do think whatever, you know, what Chris Rock said was probably a little insensitive to what the situation was, of course.
Didn't know that he had alopecia. So, you know, he didn't really know. So you can't take it so personally either. I mean, Jeff Ross made a great comment, which is like, you know, we can't start slapping comedians. I mean, you know, that's just part of it. It's like the roast. You ever see the Jeff Ross roast? You know, It's, you know, it's part of comedy, you know.
It is. And look at Joe. Joe's on stage. Joe's on stage doing this stuff now. I'm like, whoa.
Right. Right.
Yes. So that's scary. God. That's very scary. And I never want that to be out there in the world. Like, oh, if we don't like what someone says, we're just going to go up and we're going to hit them. So I think that needs to be addressed as well. Cause that's
vice
scary,
versa.
You know,
or vice versa. Imagine Joe's on stage and they something derogatory about you. Is Joe going to jump down from the stage and start hitting people? I hope not.
Exactly. Right. I mean,
Yeah.
crazy. So sad little story. That was crazy. So I had to get your opinion on that. I mean, listen, one thing I do admire about you is your strength in like, even just on the girls trip. Okay. Now we're going to talk about your fake rosé, which we did try it and it is delicious. It's awesome. It's really, really good.
Low calorie and really good for you too. So that's the good news.
Which we can tell, like, look at you. Your body is amazing. That's another thing. I have to throw you a compliment. No, everyone says it. Like, everyone goes crazy after watching you on that trip. And I gave you credit. And I said she got up every morning. She worked out for a little bit. She gets on that beach early. She moves her body. She does a little, like, yoga.
I mean, I think I'm the only one that went swimming.
Yeah, naked half the time. Probably naked. But, yes, you went swimming.
Everyone was so concerned about their hair. I was like,
because we all need to get blowouts. We don't do our own hair. So we were like, oh my God, no. But getting back to the Fosé, am I saying it properly?
Yeah.
That's an awesome thing too. Like, how is that going for you? And do you run into like a little issue? I mean, I know that you just had a little incident that you've talked about on Watch What Happens Live at the piano bar.
Yeah.
That was a one and done, just a one night that kind of went a little wrong, or?
Well, you know, well, you saw me on, so, you know, interestingly enough, on the girl, I didn't drink, as you know.
No, you didn't.
Drinking my Fosé. So, and the last season of The Housewives, I wasn't drinking. So, you know, my goal is to not drink. And sometimes, because I'm human, I slip. And that was a night that I slipped, which I highly regret because I'm so much happier when I don't drink. So I'm back on the wagon of sobriety, and you know, I just prefer not to drink. It's just so much better for me. So I'm drinking my Fosé, and I'm so happy that I have something that I could as an option other than drinking, because you know, there's not a lot out there that I really like. I mean, I used to drink like Heineken Zero, but that's fattening. It still has the same calories as beer. I don't really like beer that much. So, you know, during the pandemic, I was not drinking with my daughter and we couldn't find anything we liked. And that's how Fosé was born. You know, I wanted to make something that was elevated, that had a beautiful bottle, that looked like rosé, that had beautiful ingredients. And that takes the stigma away from not drinking. So you could put the Fosé bottle in with Whispering Angel and all the other rosés, and you pour yourself a glass and people don't know that you're not drinking, you know?
Well, a lot of times drinking is social.
It's really about this. It's about having a glass in your hand. It's really not about what's in it at the end of the day, you know? So yeah, I had a slip, but I'm back and I'm, you know, healthy and I'm, you know, thank God, because, you know, I've got a big show coming up and, you know, I never, you know, people are like, isn't cabaret like difficult because there's drinking going on? For me, I'm working. Like when I do the Housewives trips, I'm working. So when I work, that's where I really shine because I'm busy, I'm creative, I'm doing my thing. You know, it's when I have too much time on my hands that I get into trouble.
Right. Well, to be honest, I do admire that about you. When, you know, you do hold yourself accountable. When you make a mistake, you will say, I'm human. I made a mistake, which I love because you don't try to make excuses. You don't beat around the bush. You're like, I'm human.
Yeah.
I slipped up.
Yeah.
It was a bad night. And I mean, that's very, I admire that about you. I really do.
Who cannot understand that? And who hasn't had a bad night? You know, I'm a work in progress. You know, I'm not perfect. And, you know, but, you know, like I said, you know, I'm so happy I have the Fosé as an alternative. And you know, it's day by day, you know, I'm not perfect and I do the best I can to stay on that path because that my ultimate goal is really to not drink.
Right. And, you know, it kind of just sneaks up on you sometimes. You have one and then you don't even realize, and then the next one's coming and it sneaks up. And for some people, and I think you and I talked about this on the girls trip, it's like poison. It doesn't come off on a good light for some people. So if I have one or two drinks, I'm happy, I'm good. But like for some people, it's like putting poison in your body.
Right. And,
you know?
and the other thing is that, you know, you stop making good decisions at some point. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, I'm very happy about that.
You know, it's like an allergy, really. You know, would you eat strawberries if you were highly allergic and your throat was going to close up? No. So, you know, people would look at it that way, that, it really is something like an allergy. And so people think, well, why can't you control your drink? That's the point, is that, some people have a hard time controlling, how much they drink. And that is the case for me. Sometimes I can, but sometimes I can't. So I prefer not to drink. Believe me, I'm much more fun when I don't drink, as you know, because the ultimate girls trip, I had the best time. So
you really did. And we were all drinking. Like, I feel like day and night we were drinking, and you would hang with us all night. It's not like you called it a night early. It's not like you didn't dance with us or party or hang. I mean, I have to say, you were fine the whole time. So you truly don't need it to have a good time. You don't.
That's what I'm saying. And I get to be thinner because, alcohol really packs on the pounds.
Yes. No, it really does. So listen, you had to slip up. You're saying it was just one night. That was one night. It was one little slip up. It wasn't like a week of you spiraling out of control. No. It was a one night thing. Well, one and done.
How long have I been doing the show? Have you ever seen me out of control in The Housewives? Only once. I fell into the bush in Mexico.
Okay, just that one time, maybe.
That one. Seriously, can you think of any time? That's what I want people to know. What people don't realize is they've seen me on television for 14 years. There's not one person that would say, oh, Luann's an alcoholic.
Right.
Other people they might say that about, right?
I agree with you.
Other than my little kerfuffle in Florida.
No, but you're really not you're just not a sloppy girl, period. You have a lot of class. You know how to hold yourself. You're just not. So agreed. Moving on. It was a slip up. And I love how you're open to talking about it, because I think that's what makes you. You're not you're just such a real person when it comes to your struggles, and just, we all have struggles, right? We all have our vices. So
exactly.
Good.
Everybody's got, their story, and everybody's struggling with something. So I'm no different.
Good for you.
Hey everyone, this is Heather Dubrow, and do I have some exciting news for you? We are launching a variety of new episodes that are going to have amazing special guests, some of my close friends, and so much more. It's going to be really fun, and we're going to get to hear from fans, new friends, and get an inside look of my world. We're really excited for you to listen and join in for Heather Dubrow's World on Podcast One. Episodes drop on Thursdays and Fridays. Tune in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay. Well, just let me know where can we find your faux?
Oh my God. What's great is that everybody loves it, because it's been out on the market a couple months since the holidays. So 3 or 4 months. And we've sold a lot of faux. I just got distribution with Bev Max, and you can get it for the moment on drinkfose.com.
Perfect. Okay. So good. I'm so proud of you for all these things.
Thank you.
I do a really fun segment just to wrap it up. I do it with all my guests. So we're going to do it together, you and I. It's called Grilled with Gorga. Okay. There's some rapid fire questions. You're just going to give me your best answer. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Your first celebrity crush?
Richard Gere.
Oh, Pretty Woman. Jesus. Love. Okay. I can't.
He was actually Officer and a Gentleman.
I think he's a lot of people's first celebrity crush, because he's just dreamy. Your favorite 80s song?
Holiday.
Little Madonna. I love it. Okay, what's your... Yes. Wait, let's sing it. Ready? Go. Holiday. Celebrate. I love it.
I forgot the lyrics. Celebrate. I love it.
What's your biggest regret?
My biggest regret. My biggest regret. Not having a threesome.
Wow. That's the juiciest answer I got yet. I love it. This is a good regret, I think. You're telling me you've never had one? You're so sexual. I'm actually in shock.
I am very sexual. Well, I used to live in Europe, when I was a 20-year-old. And so my first, encounter with hey, do you want to have a threesome? I was like, oh no, I can't possibly. I'm like, I'm right now I'm feeling like Dorinda. Oh no, I couldn't, Dorinda's like that. She's very Catholic. I grew up very Catholic. and you can only have normal sex. So, but I always regret that I never had the threesome when I lived in Milan. There you go.
Oh, wow. That's like amazing. Okay. Fair.
Our life is not over yet. So
I was just going to say, hello, life is not even close to over. Like, go get your threesome, girlfriend. Okay. What is like the best decision you've ever made?
The best decision I ever made was to move to Europe. That's when I met the Count and had my children. So a lot of good came from that trip.
Of course, 100%. Okay, what's your biggest pet peeve?
People who chew gum with their mouth open.
The worst. Oh my God. Don't come to Jersey. Don't come to Jersey then, because we do that a lot. That is so funny. Your first concert?
Frank Zappa.
Oh, who's
you
that?
probably don't know who that is. He did that song, On a Magic Carpet Right Now. You don't know. Oh my God, I should do that song on my cabaret show.
There you go. See?
People wouldn't know it though. You see, you don't know. You're too young for Frank Zappa. He did My Angel is a Centerfold, My Blood Runs Cold. You know that song?
Oh, well, that I know. I know this one,
My
yes.
Angel is a Centerfold. I think that's Frank Zappa. Oh, no, that's Jay Giles. That's Jay Giles. Frank Zappa. Wait, did I get that right? What did I say the first one? Oh, God.
I don't know who you're even talking about, so I have no idea.
let's say Jay Giles. Let's say let's say the Jay Giles band, and he did that song, My Angel is a Centerfold, My Blood Runs Cold.
Okay, I love it. That song I love, and I know it. Okay, good. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Well, I think everybody knows that song. That I love. I love that song. Okay, tell me something about you that would completely surprise us. I mean, I know we know so much, but give me something that would surprise us.
I think people forget the fact that I'm a nurse. So I think people are always surprised by that.
I didn't even know that. How about that?
Didn't?
No. You're a nurse, like an RN or like
I'm an LPN. I went to nursing school, you know, back in the day, you know, there was LPNs kind of first and then RNs. And
yes.
So I went to nursing school and I was a geriatric nurse for 3 years, took care of the elderly.
Wow. I could totally see you in a cute little nurse's costume. A naughty nurse. I love it. I did not know that. So that's definitely a surprise.
Yeah.
What is your favorite late night snack? So like when you're sitting down and you're having a snack, you're watching TV, what are you eating?
Oh my gosh. Let's see. It ranges from like really healthy, like biscotti with like a tea or a biscotti with like tea kind of thing, or it depends if I'm salty, so then I'll do popcorn.
Got it. Okay. A lot of people say popcorn. Okay. What was your first job you ever had?
I was babysitting, and then I used to wash dishes in the rest home that I worked at as a nurse.
Wow. Interesting. Pretty cool. Okay. What's your favorite TV show to binge watch? Like, what are you watching right now? What do you love to watch?
I am watching Schitt's Creek, but I just finished Yellowstone. I'm in love with Kevin Costner. I mean, talk about elegant. Talk about a real movie star. Did you see his speech at the Oscars? Wow.
He's a movie star.
Wowza. Now that's a movie star. Dressed beautifully, so well spoken. He wasn't reading from anything. He had his speech memorized. I mean, I love that. That's somebody who really puts in the work, and it shows. It really shows.
Agreed. He was amazing. And everyone loves Yellowstone. A lot of people say that. I need to get into the show because
110 million viewers.
Wow. That's insane.
Huge.
Okay. And I always end with, how do you treat yourself? So if the day is about Luann, it's not about anything else. It is just Luann treating herself. What do you do?
You know, I'm a big, spa girl. I love to get a massage. I like to take a bath. I like to listen to my favorite music. I like to eat my favorite, food. It just spoil me. For me, music is a big part. I always have music playing in the background. My kids are like, Mom, really? Do we have to have music constantly? And I put on, jazz standards, like usually like piano music, like really sexy, kind of jazzy, like, sultry stuff. I love that kind of stuff. And then, just to be able to not go out, put the fireplace on, because I got my gas. So I put my fireplace on, especially this winter. I put my gas on, I cozy on the couch, watch one of my series that I love, eat my favorite things, take a bath, just, get a massage, just, self-care.
Perfect. I love it. Luann, this has been so much fun. I cannot wait to see you on this new Real Housewives of New York show. I will definitely be watching. To all my listeners out there, make sure you check out her cabaret show. I have been to one. They are so much fun. They're like amazing. And it starts on April 16th. So do not miss that. You can find all of this on CountessLuann.com for all the dates and for all the scheduling to make sure you can go to all of her shows. Definitely make sure to try out her non-alcoholic sparkling wine, her Fosé. And Luann, I love you. It's so good to see you.
Thank you, Melissa.
Love you. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and they handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger. Well, maybe except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring them your next home product and they will bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
It's always the right time to dress to impress. This season, step out in style with Indochino. They make high-quality custom-fitted suits, shirts, and casual wear, all at a surprisingly affordable price. Each Indochino piece is made to your unique measurements and specifications. Suits start from just $4.29. Dress to impress this season with Indochino. Get $50 off any purchase of $3.99 or more by using promo code IMPRESS at Indochino.com. That's Indochino.com, promo code IMPRESS.